All right, it is Wednesday, June 12th, 2019 at 12:42 p.m. Let's take a look quickly at the weather. All right, in the Atlantic, tropical cyclone activity is not expected during the next 48 hours. The eastern North Pacific has tropical cyclone activity not expected during the next 48 hours. The Central Pacific also has tropical cyclone activity not expected during the next 48 hours. Let's take a look at what's happening. Alright, this is the Atlantic wide, so you can see all the way to the coast of Africa, all the way from the western side of Mexico. And right now, off the coast of Africa, there are some storms coming off of Africa, and that's something that I am keeping an eye on because it's kind of early in the season for these storms to be coming right off of Africa. Usually, it's more later in the season that a whole bunch of storms come off of Africa, and we start keeping an eye on them for possibility of tropical depression and then hurricane. So it's very active right here, right now. Um, Nothing seems to be developing right now, but it's always good to keep an eye on things. Alright, here in the Gulf of Mexico, we have some storms coming off of Texas and Mexico and traveling over Louisiana and headed toward Mississippi and Alabama. There's also some rain heading over Florida and some happening over the South Carolina, North Carolina area. Let's let's zoom into this. Here we see it a little better. The Texas area, by the Houston area, and by the Louisiana area, near the Gulf, getting some storms. Also, some storms coming off of Oklahoma, heading down through Texas. Let's take a look here at the zoom in of the Gulf. You see here the storms coming off of the Mexican Texan coast, heading towards Louisiana, and some rain happening towards Florida as well. So it's a very active Gulf, even though there's no tropical disturbance or anything happening. It is still very active. Alright, let's take a look here. Let's back up for a second, excuse me. Here it says another day of sizzling heat is ahead for the West, with more records highs likely to fall today. So there's a lot of heat expected to come to the California region right now. Just wanted to touch up on that. And here is a satellite look of the Caribbean and parts of the East Coast and Gulf. This is what it looks like right now with the storms just bubbling up. Alright, next, this is a look at the Atlantic. You can see off the coast of Africa the storms coming there off the African coastline, and then you see the storms that are happening over Florida and a lot of cloud coverage over Cuba. Alright. Here are the satellite infrared satellite image over Africa. Here are the rainstorms that are starting to come across Africa and go off the coast of Africa heading into the Atlantic. It's a bit early for that, but it is always good to keep an eye on that. Alright, here is a forecast for the next couple of days for the weather in the United States. There might be some severe weather in the panhandle of Texas or the border of Oklahoma. So gotta keep a heads up on that. Possibility of severe weather there. Alright, here is what's happening right now, the full screen radar. Here is the rain that's happening in the Gulf, headed towards New Orleans, Mississippi, Alabama area. There's also rain going up up Florida, up Georgia, up South Carolina, up North Carolina. There's also rain happening in Missouri, going up Chicago, up into the Canadian and Great Lakes region. Alright, here is the Saharan dust layer coming off of Africa. I think it was a couple of days ago. It had reached the Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico area, so the people in Puerto Rico area and Dominican Republic area had warnings up about the dust in the area. People who have asthma and things like this are affected by that. So here's another wave coming in off the coast of Africa, and it's going to be heading towards the south and possibly the same regions of Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic. So heads up, more Saharan dust coming our way. And here is the UV index. UV index basically covers what UV light reaches the ground, and how it affects. A very high UV would be through 11, 12, and higher. As you see here, it's like a light pink, and that's parts of Florida, parts of California, parts of Arizona. So Texas here, so you see the UV is a bit higher, so it's gonna not only feel hot, you're gonna be having a lot of ultraviolet light affecting you as well. Let's take a look at the temperatures. Here in California, with the water in Nevada, right here, it's feeling pretty hot. It says 90 degrees here, but that UV light will also affect. So please wear sunblock. Please be protected. It's going to be pretty hot in that area. Alright, California, 56 in the northern part, 90, feeling like 90, hundreds in the bottom part of California, 71, 85 in the middle of California. Texas at 68, 69 degrees, 78 degrees in the bottom, in the southern part, and 83 degrees as well. Louisiana at 77 degrees in the northern part and 78 degrees in the southern part. Florida, 86 degrees in the Panhandle, 74 degrees in the Jacksonville area, and 87 degrees in the Miami area. Georgia, 71 degrees. South Carolina, 72 degrees. North Carolina, 69, 68, 73, and 74 degrees. Virginia at 69 degrees. Massachusetts at 72 degrees. The New York area at 80 degrees. Maine at 65 and 70 degrees. So it is warming up a bit. I think it was a couple of days ago, like 2 or so days ago, it was much cooler. But right now it is heating up a bit. So guys, stay aware of your weather. You know, if you're hydrated, stay aware of your neighbors if they're elderly. So take care of each other. Alright guys, hit like and subscribe for more, and see you guys next time. God bless.